I'm suffering from a chronic case of dying alone. Welcome back to another Codeybean video where we know how to professionally crash a plane but can't talk to women, where we have better odds of sneezing and snapping our spines in half rather than getting a girlfriend, where we could probably literally build a nuclear reactor and know how all that functions rather than getting to know how the female mind works. But yes, welcome back to another video. You know, I've been... Why is that up? I thought I put that down. All the stuff that I just said is actually probably true. Yeah, I've been suffering with this for a very long time. As a matter of fact, I think we're now going on 23 years, about 11 months. 23 years, 11 months, and like 11 days actually. I didn't realize that I was struggling with this for such a very long time. I thought it was just, you know, the past like couple of years or so, but it's actually been my entire life since I exited the womb. It's this thing called dying alone. Even people that have cars and stuff, they have like seatbelts to hug them when they crash and die. I have nothing. But honestly, some days it sounds so peaceful to just die alone. Other days, not so much. But like, if I'm being honest, sometimes it sounds great to just like go jump off a cliff. Or I shouldn't say jump off a cliff, but more so like having the motorcycle and going through like, I don't know, one of those nice beautiful mountain parks, and you have a nice cliff edge, and then, you know, maybe just catching a little bit of sand and just sliding off the edge. Alright, where the fuck are you going, dude? You know what I mean? Like, some of those deaths sound really peaceful. Like, if I'm absolutely cruising, trying to go mock Jesus on a nice mountain road with some cliffs, maybe some California canyons, you know what I mean? And during sunset, like, I can't think of a better way to go. I gotta be honest. My luck though, I actually would probably sneeze so fucking hard that my spinal cord would snap in half and I would essentially decapitate myself. And obviously, that's a shitty experience. I would much rather get shot trying to do something cool. Or something. I don't know. I would literally rather die from a ricocheted bullet from me being on the indoor range shooting the handgun than to die because I sneezed. I probably will sneeze when I'm like 80 years old, because unfortunately I'm going to live that fucking long, and then decapitated. Dunzo. And then I really am interested in seeing my afterlife stats. You know, miles run, probably literally not even in the double digits there. Number of women turned into lesbians, you know, like all sorts of those stats that you just wouldn't even think about. That just sounds like great. How many times have you tripped up the stairs? Fucking hundreds, probably. Time's gone over 100 miles an hour. Time's gotten bitten by bugs in your sleep without noticing. Time's gotten stuck behind slow drivers when you want to go at least over 40 miles an hour in the state of whatever, Mexico, because they have much higher speed limits. Oh, that feels nice. Do that all fucking day, dude. Oh my god, I just want to do this all day. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't really like making videos that are just straight up complaining, but I don't really think there's anything that's been very good that's happened since the last video. So, I mean, there's still some stuff that's going down that you guys don't know about that I'm still debating if I want to put out on the internet because reasons. I might, because I don't really think it's going to hurt anyone if I do, to be honest with you. I've been thinking about it for the past, like, couple of years, honestly. I don't know why it would hurt to say it online, so back to that thing. I guess long story short, I wanted to be a military pilot. I still do, don't get me wrong. But this year's deadline for the unit that I was going to apply for in the Air National Guard, I wanted to go Air National Guard route because that way I can still continue on with my normal career and build off of that, as well as build on the military career. I have a feeling that my normal career in the utility business will eventually get a little bit stale, so I think having the Air National Guard would really help out with, you know, kind of stirring the pot, a lot of stuff to work towards all the time. That's the whole reason why I've been getting my pilot training lessons for the most part. I'm almost at the PPL, maybe, I don't know. I'm probably about like halfway there at this point. I really don't know. But yeah, the unit that I wanted to apply to, their deadline was on the exact day that I was going to have to take a test to even be able to apply to that. So it kind of made me angry a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because now I was missing that deadline that I now have to wait till literally next year. I was going to miss that by maybe a couple hours, if not like a day or two. That's just like how my luck goes, because I've been literally sacrificing my sleep schedule, trying to build hours for the PPL, the private pilot's license, logging hours in planes, learning how to fly planes so hard to prove to them that I'm a great candidate for their unit, you know? Now to have all that work ripped out from under me for the past like couple months, actually more than a couple months, it's really been since like June, May, I don't even know, honestly, I forget what my first lesson was. Probably before that. I know for a fact my discovery flight was in February, but I think I waited a couple months before I started the actual lessons. That got ripped out from under me, and then I was like, you know what, I might as well just take the test anyway, because I can still apply to other Air National Guard units in the Northeast. Like we have people in Vermont that fly the F-35s. I think the F-35 is a great platform for me. I think that's more my style, that or the F-15. I'm not so much a dogfighter, so I shouldn't say that I'm like a dogfighter or anything really, but like realistically, I'm like a jack of all trades, and I really like how the F-15 and the F-35 can kind of do anything. They're not going to be great at everything, but they're capable of doing everything, you know what I mean? But then the other side of things is like fighter pilots, as much as I would absolutely love to fly the F-35, F-15, 16, even 18, but I'm not going to the Navy, so I don't think Air Force really has 18s. I don't know, I think it would be awesome to fly any fighter jet, let's be honest. But I think realistically, with all the long-term effects that fighter jets have, I don't know, I think it just would make more sense to go like a cargo pilot or air refueling pilot. For me anyway, because that way I still build a lot of hours. And if I later down the road, if I really wanted to, I could apply to an airliner and fly airliners as my full-time job, and then do the military still as the part-time gig. The fighter jet stuff, like I said, would be absolutely awesome, but the long-term effects of that stuff, I mean, realistically, you're not flying very much. You're more so just doing the briefings and debriefings, don't kill me please, all the time. It's like 80% not flying, 20% flying. Is it worth that 20%? Probably. But I think I would rather do the cargo stuff. I think realistically it's a more achievable option for me. I would imagine that the Air National Guard units that have the fighter jets are mainly just taking guys that are either already in that unit or prior active duty, kind of retiring and going in the reserve route. But I don't know, I have some family that worked in the unit that I'm applying to, or mainly focused on applying to. I actually just met another person the other day that worked at that unit, and they were like, oh my god, you're applying to that? That's awesome. And then he gave me a bunch of tips and stuff. I don't know, I'm just like so mad that I got all of that work ripped out from under me, because if I knew that I had an absolute like more than a year. If I knew that I had more than a year, I would have spaced stuff out so much better and like really strategized. This, it just felt like everything I was just cramming in. It was like ADHD on crack, you know? Like you have to get all the hours logged in because this unit specifically says we can't take your application until you know, have your first initial solo or all the training up until then. A lot of units don't even require training like before applying, but obviously it's a lot better if you do. It just kind of proves that you have what it takes to stay in there. You're going to go into that program. You're not going to take their resources that they're paying for you to go through that training. So if you do that training and then you all of a sudden decide you don't want to do it anymore, obviously you have a contract, but I don't know. I feel like there's always a way out of something if you really, really wanted to. Like if you really wanted to get out of a contract because you hated it so bad, you could just kill yourself. I mean, I don't think I would take it that far, but I'm just saying, there's always a way out, you know? It's not like they're gonna call up your brother and be like, hey, little fucking Timmy shot himself in the head, so you're gonna take over his place because, you know, reasons. He has a contract to fulfill. Yeah, so you're gonna take his place. Like, nah, it doesn't really work like that. I don't know, that's just been something that I really, really, really have always wanted to do. Like, the military has always seemed like a fantastic, like, I shouldn't say like fun, but it seems like the community is so great. You know, how many times have you seen like a Marine go up to another guy and be like, oh my God, you were in the Marines, brother, Semper Fi. I don't know, just that military community is so strong. And I kind of got a little bit of a taste of it going through college. I went through a regimented college, one of the maritime academies. And I will say, as I really never thought that I would say this, but I kind of miss the school. And I feel like I'm relating to this the way that every retired military guy does. They're like, oh my God, I miss the clowns, not the clown show, but they would do it 100% over again. And I feel that. As much as I absolutely hated that school, every second that I was in it, it was so awesome having everyone like in that shitstorm. It's just a big giant fucking pool of trauma bond. You know what I mean? I always thought it was super ironic too, because we were called the Commonwealth Leadership University. And I was like, wow, ironic, because we have the worst fucking leaders that are so indecisive, cannot make any decisions, nor communicate those decisions to people inside of the school. I've always thought about entering the military, like even going through high school. I was like, okay, we got the tradesman, we have college, or we have military. And for some reason, I'm doing all fucking three of those things, because I did the electrical stuff first, I learned a trade, and then I went to college for engineering. And then I was like, okay, the only way I'll do the military now is if I'm an officer. And I never thought that I would actually do the military, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've always just thought about it, never actually acted upon it. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And then I wanted to be a pilot. So now I'm being a pilot, or working on becoming a private pilot, which is still a pilot, I guess. So I take that back. Let's just remix that a little bit. It's just been very interesting. I think the Navy and the Marines was kind of out of the works for me. I had no desire to go in the Marines. I understand that they have the most trauma bonding. Like, their community is probably the strongest because of all the trauma. But I think career-wise, especially reserves-wise, Air National Guard was the best for me. I don't know, that's where I'm at. So I was either Army or Air Force. In Army, for sure, if I was wanting to fly a helicopter, I'd go Army. But the only thing with that is most of the pilots for the Army, that's gravel. Most of the pilots for the Army are actually enlisted guys that knew how to work on, you know, those helicopters, whatever, they knew them inside and out. And then all of a sudden their command was like, you know what? Let's promote you to be a warrant officer pilot. So they're not like a commissioned officer. It's all weird. I don't know. This is probably all gibberish to you guys. Basically, a warrant officer is like, they didn't necessarily have to go through officer training school, to my belief. I could be wrong on that, but they didn't have to go to college for it, for sure. Now, to go to commissioned route, you have to go to college. You have to have a degree. You have to go through officer candidate school and all that stuff. Now, Air Force, on the other hand, they have strictly commissioned officers as pilots. They do not have enlisted guys that can go and take the pilot route. So I would absolutely have to take a college course, get my degree, and then go for the officer stuff in the Air Force, which is what I wanted to do anyway. I don't know, I think the Army has a lot more career opportunities, so to speak. Like, I feel like you can kind of switch between anything. They have so many career fields and MOSs that you can choose from. Air Force is kind of limited compared to the Army, especially now that the Air Force and Space Force kind of got separated. Anyways, that's it for the military stuff, really. Now I have to wait a whole nother year before I can apply, but it's actually kind of relieving because now I kind of have like I can come up with a real game plan here. I felt like I was definitely rushing it before. I just wanted to get everything in before that deadline. And don't get me wrong, having deadlines is definitely a motivator for me, but I don't know, it definitely sucked having those tests that could only be scheduled soonest at whoa, Jesus, at those times, because I was trying to gather all the knowledge I could about becoming a pilot before taking the test of basic avionics skills. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. Part of that is on me. I thought that was a test that could just be taken anytime. Turns out it's not. But now I have a whole nother year to figure it out, so I think we're good. Yeah, so that sucked. August, like I said, has just kicked me in the ass, because another factor that happened is I was supposed to go on vacation mid-August, but a bunch of drama happened, and now none of us are going, so that sucked. We're supposed to go down south. I was so excited to make some dirt bike content finally, but nope, guess not. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna sit on the tank, dude. Fuck it. Woo! Stunting! I have no idea where I am, dude. You thinking what I'm thinking? So I guess this wasn't so much of a complaining video, it was more of like a life update that just went wrong kind of video. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how you would say that one. I don't know. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Oh, and then August also too, back to the complaining part. Okay, I'm gonna take it back a little bit of a notch. August, on my work schedule, I had weekends off. Like, technically today is Friday. I took my night off for tonight, and I was supposed to have technically like half of Saturday off and Sunday. So I was like really excited because I had the prior 2 weekends completely off, and you know, that would have been awesome to ride the dirt bike. I haven't ridden the dirt bike in like 2 months. 2 months. And this is realistically like my last little bit of time before, you know, the season's done and I can't ride the dirt bike anymore. I mean, I guess I could, but it just wouldn't really be enjoyable. Now that I've gotten older, I am not so much scrambling to ride when it's 15 degrees outside or 110. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll definitely ride in the 90s, but it seems like no one else really wants to ride when it's 90 out. Half my friends don't even have dirt bikes anymore, and they have Monday through Friday jobs, and I don't, so that also sucks. But it seems like every weekend that I get off now, or honestly just every day for the past like little bit. Why does this look like it's gravel? It's just been raining. It's been raining all the time. I'm done. I work a 4-day on, 4-day off schedule, and it seems like all my 4 days on just to fucking punch me in the throat. It's like, you know what? How does sunshine sound while you're at work and rain when you're off and you want to do shit outside? And I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? Why are you gonna do that to me? Like, why? Why? I would much rather it rain outside and I'll be stuck out there all day for fucking 12 hours a day. I don't care. I would much rather it be sunny and fucking awesome on my days off. But no! That's too good to be true! This is a really nice road. Not a nice road to go 100 miles an hour on, but it is a nice road. I really want to ride the dirt bike so bad, but I just have not found an excuse to actually ride it. I mean, I would literally have to go by myself. Oh, I actually did go riding the other weekend. I drove an hour and a half out to western, like central Mass, actually. And it was predicted to not rain all day. And then it rained all day. And we got there, it was an absolute mud fest. And we rode for maybe about a total of 4 minutes. And then we left and went home. An hour and a half back. If I do have the footage from that, if you would like to see that. It's not very entertaining because I'm just out there surviving rather than riding. So I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting, I guess, because you get to see me go like 4 miles an hour and just try to survive in the mud. It's not very often that I go mud riding. So there was that. If you want me to upload that, let me know. But if not, then I will not be uploading it. But yeah, so that's kind of like it. Other than that, I'm just like going to go swimming or something. Well, I don't know when that got cut off, but that's probably going to be it because I'm going back to the house now. So if you like the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, comment what's going on. You know, if you like some part of the video, comment the timestamp, and leave some sort of emoji, like a banana or something. I don't know. Yeah, I will talk to you guys all eventually, maybe. Goodbye.